another episode of BA Podcast. I'm 𝐂𝐄𝐋𝐿, Six Pack and Sixers, and I have with me Sanchit, my dear friend. So we are here to talk about a lot of things cricket. Sanchit, do you want to take it over from here?
Wow, it's gonna be an amazing episode, 𝐂𝐄𝐋𝐿. Always talking cricket with you has been amazing. So let us kickstart with the episode. Hey everyone, welcome to the breakdown, and what a start to our discussion on the BA podcast with the third T20 victory over Afghanistan. And oh my God, what a match it was! But the main highlight has to be Captain Rohit Sharma's century. So 𝐂𝐿, we got you on the panel today, but firstly, our first question, सबसे पहले यही बात करनी है रोहित शर्मा के इनिंग्स के बारे में. So, what's your take on his outstanding performance? And did you expect the match to go to not just a super over, but a double super over?
I think first we'll talk about Captain Rohit Sharma. Though बहुत सारे questions were asked, and there were a lot of critics. We had spoken about his double duck so much, and also the fact that he is not the best when it comes to T20Is. His average has not been the best. And I would say Rohit Sharma answered to all of those questions in classic Rohit Sharma style, Rohit Sixer Sharma style. So I couldn't have been more happy to see the captain rise up to the occasion in such a manner. And he just didn't rise up to the occasion. He just roared with so much amount of class and aggression, which was so much great to see, considering that we have a T20 World Cup that's right around the corner. And we definitely was looking at this particular match from the point of view of really consolidating the spots that's up there for grabs. So I think, it has been absolutely astounding to see Rohit come back to form. I don't know whether it adds to his legacy or not, but I would say that he has certainly ruled the years back in the most dramatic fashion. So, I think coming to not just the Rohit Sharma, the player, I think Rohit Sharma, the skipper, he came into absolute brilliance with his enormous tactics. Be it the fact that he gave the ball to a certain Ravi Bishnoi in the super over, which was absolutely unheard and unseen of. Tremendous amount of tactics, but also the usage of players. I think, we all talk of a certain MS Dhoni who absolutely brings out the best in players. What do you think about Rohit Sharma's usage and of Shivam Dube? I mean, Shivam Dube absolutely came out as a starting player in this particular series. Of course, he has been groomed by MS Dhoni, but the way Shivam Dube came around was absolutely brilliant. What do you think about Shivam Dube in this particular series? Has he sealed the spot for that World Cup for you?
Absolutely amazing. I mean, 𝐂𝐿, if you asked me this question about Shivam Dube maybe 2 years earlier, I would have said, yaar, kaise ho sakta hai? Shivam Dube in Indian team, in World Cup squad, ho hi nahi sakta. But the change that he has had in this particular format in the last 2 years, the record speaks for itself after 2021. I mean, absolutely amazing on the domestic level. And now it has translated to the international level as well. This performance here against Afghanistan, the first two T20 innings that he played, the way that he was hitting the ball, it was like crisp. It reminded, I don't want to compare it, but it reminded me of someone like a young Yuvraj Singh, the way he was just casually playing those amazing shots in those first two T20s. I would have loved to see it again in the third T20, but it's okay. But speaking about that spot in the World T20, I mean, yeah, Hardik Pandya bhi to hai. So it's like very difficult for me to say right now, but you never know. I mean, given that Hardik is facing quite a lot of challenges with his injury and whether he'll take up the mantle to ball consistently in the tournament, IPL tournament again, we never know. But Shivam Dube definitely has one eye on that tournament, and if he has another great IPL, you never know, he can be an asset in the World Cup as well for us.
Exactly. But I think, to add to your point, Sanchit, I mean, the thing that Shivam Dube definitely brings is his left hand batting. And beyond that as well, Shivam Dube has always, in the last 1 year, we have seen he has actually grasped those opportunities that he has been presented with. We don't know whether he'll be on that flight to the Caribbean or not, but he has made his presence felt. And that's the reason why we are having a chat about him today.
Absolutely. I mean, not just Shivam Dube, but I think everyone who played in that amazing T20 series. And what a series it was. Yeah, clean sweep, 3-0 we did it. And Talking about that series, Xiaomi, to you, what element of the team performance, overall team performance, or maybe even individual performance you wish to talk about, really stood out for you the most?
I think I'll talk about the most obvious things right in the beginning. Of course, Yashasvi Jaiswal sealing his spot. There's no doubt that that guy is absolutely special. The kind of things that he brings onto the table, I think he just brings on such things which nobody else can. And imagine we are talking about a top order which comprises of a Rohit or a Kohli. So from that point of view, I think Jaiswal sealing his spot has been my primary takeaway. Of course, Rinku Singh, he has been a revelation over the last few years. And look at what he did, especially in that last T20I with Rohit Sharma. Uh, like a record run partnership, taking the team from a certain 22 for 4 and then going up to a 200 plus. I think it's incredible. Also, the fact that, he's very well known for his death over batting, but in this particular case, he came during the power play, he built up the innings. He remained very calm along with Rohit. I think that shows a lot of character in a player. So I think definitely Rinku and Jaiswal are absolute lock-in spaces for us. I was very impressed with Akshar Patel in this particular series. He has been very consistent. We know there has been a lot of talks about him. We will come to that real soon. But Akshar Patel has made a case for himself, and he has been around for quite some time. But the consistency that he's showing now is quite up there. Also, Ravi Bishnoi, of course, beyond that super over. Honestly, we will talk about that super over maybe at a little length. But I don't know why I was not surprised when Rohit got Ravi Bishnoi into the super over. I mean, I was actually chatting with a friend, and we were talking about both Avesh and Ravi Bishnoi kind of were like getting their warm-ups done. And somehow I just told my friend that, it will be Ravi Bishnoi because he is definitely a strike bowler. In 50% or 40 to 45% of the wickets that he has taken has come from his very first over. So he's definitely that guy who can bowl that first over very well. He definitely leaks a lot of runs afterwards, which is because of probably a lack of discipline. But yeah, I think Ravi Bishnoi has been a good takeaway. But how can you avoid the elephant in the room when you have Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma in that mix of things? So Virat Kohli, the fielder. I think Virat Kohli's intent and the short part where Virat Kohli played, I think those were musical. So yeah, I think those are largely a few takeaways from this series, which we wouldn't have thought otherwise to be something which is more exciting. So yeah, I mean, especially if you look into a series where we are expecting a dead rubber, from there, what we saw was absolutely incredible.
To wrap things up, this particular segment, how important is an X Factor player in your side? So according to you, who will that X Factor be for India in the World Cup?
I think it's in the T20 format. X Factor always comes along with it. For me, I think it will be Jaiswal with the kind of form that he's showing up. Also, we are playing in the Caribbean. He has got his debut century there. He have had this wonderful partnership with Shubman in the T20Is, which is one of the highest run partnerships, around 160 odd. So definitely conditions that he has played in before, and with the kind of form that he's showing, he will of course come up in the top order. So he will have a lot of balls to play. So yeah, Yashasvi Jaiswal will definitely be my X Factor player. Also, Bishnoi can come in handy because of the spinning. I mean, that will be definitely a spin-friendly space to be in. So yeah, those are my guys. Yeah, I think it'll be a fun World Cup to watch, right? So we'll talk about it when the World Cup happens again. Let's conclude the conversation about this particular series here, and maybe we can move on with our next fun segment, the ranking rumble. Let's look at the batters, right? Let's talk about the batters, and maybe we can talk a little bit about the upcoming India-England series. What do you say?
Well, I think these are some amazing highlights to talk about, especially the Test series, which according to me, has to be one of the most anticipated Test series of all time. But yeah, as you said, I think let's cool off the conversation. Let's have a little bit of fun with this ranking game.
Right. Let's go ahead. So, whom do we start with?
I'll start with it. So, I think I know how much you love Virat Kohli, Xiaomi. So, I will have you rate the batters, and I could go with the bowlers. Does that make it fair?
That's cool enough. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, it's a simple game. You just have to rank the player based on the impact they will
Okay.
have in the cricket. So you rate the batters. I'll name them in a particular order. You just rank them based on their importance. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
Rohit Sharma,
Mm-hmm.
Virat Kohli, Shubman Gill, KL Rahul, and Yashasvi Jaiswal.
This is the test matches. So I'll go with Jaiswal, Virat, Kale, Rohit, and Gill.
Interesting.
What about the bowlers? Can you tell me your order of preference for maybe an Ashwin, Jaddu, Aksar, Bumrah, and Siraj?
Surprisingly and maybe coincidentally, I would have it exactly in that order, except for one position. I will have Ashwin as my top priority. Second, I'll go with Akshar based on what he has done so far in the last 2 years in domestic circuit. Then Jadeja, and then Bumrah and Siraj, because I feel spinners will be dominating in this test match, as it is stated obviously in India. So this will be my ranking.
Absolutely. So yeah, I think that's a fair call on both the the batting and the bowling unit.
Very excited for the next segment, which is called as the build up. So today we are diving into, as I said, the highly anticipated India versus England Test series, which according to me will be a very important series with the WTC final on the horizon. So Xiaomi, both the squads are out, and there has been quite a lot of conversation around two particular Indian Test cricket veterans, Ajinkya Rahane and Cheteshwar Pujara. I mean, these two have been around the Test squad for like a decade almost, and now the big announcement was that both of them have not made the squad. So this is quite a hot topic. So I want your take on this strategic decision, as they would like to call it.
Yeah, I think I mean, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we will remember Pujara for that uppercut, and it's really saddening. But I feel the ship has sailed on. Also, looking into the Ranji Trophy this year, Rahane just had back-to-back ducks. Pujara have come good, so yeah. I mean, there's something out there, but I really feel the management is no longer looking back at them, but kind of trying to back the junior players and trying to move on from there. So yeah, I think that's my take as well. But also there's a certain senior, Ravichandra Ashwin, who is in the quest for 500 wickets. Uh, what do you think of that? What do you think of that, and how significant is that for you?
Absolutely significant, and I think I personally regard him as probably our best off spinner India has ever seen in this format. And according to me, I'll say this on record, I feel that he is going to have that 500th landmark in this series only. We have a long home series in this particular year, but I feel India versus England, we're playing 5 test matches. This is the series where he'll have that landmark achieved. So fingers crossed for that, and he's going to be an important player for Team India if we are to win this particular series. So it's going to be an amazing series, because it is going to be the test between our bowlers and a very rejuvenated England side. Why do I say that? Because we have seen England transforming into a whole different kind of an England team based on their Bazball approach, where they play fearless cricket. But this is what it has always been about. How will that Bazball approach be tested in Indian conditions against perhaps the greatest bowling side in Asian conditions? So, Xiaomi, I want to know your views on this. Bazball versus our world-class spinners. Do
You
you
know,
think
I
Bazball will reign supreme? Yeah.
I heard this. I think I heard Rohan Gavaskar speak about it. That he said that if they have Bazball, we have Pazball. Pazball is
Oh.
Paras Mamre, who's our bowling coach, and he's known as Paz. I think that's how they call him. So yeah, I mean, it's Bazball versus Pazball, but at the same time, I think when it comes to playing Test cricket on Indian soil, more than the players, the deck will play a role. So yeah, I definitely think that England will come in a lot more prepared. Of course, they have played good cricket here in the past, but at the same time, I think we will really somehow we have quite a formidable bowling attack. So I pretty much feel that we will play good cricket in this particular case. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely a 5 game series which will have a lot of impact on the WTC. I mean, how do you see that?
Very, very important, and especially given how we have dropped some easy points in the past, especially the drawn test match against West Indies, and then that loss against South Africa, which I would love to forget quite early. But then we bounced back in the second test match. I would have loved to see a third test match in this, but it's okay. So that is why I think this series we have to ensure that we win at least 4 matches to raise our hopes for the WTC final quest, because we also lost quite a lot of points due to penalty of slower rate. So I'm expecting India to do well in this. So hopefully we win 4 and maybe could even do a clean sweep. Fine, would love that. Yeah, would have to see that amazing sight. But yeah, as you said, that India versus England has always been an interesting battle, not just based on what is happening on the field, but also off the field. When you talk about Test match cricket, what is Test cricket without its amazing fans? And India versus England has always been about Barmy Army versus the Bharat Army. We saw a glimpse of it a little bit in the
World
recently
Cup.
played match in the World Cup, India versus England, where both the social media teams of Barmy Army and Bharat Army had a go against each other, which was quite memorable. So, Shami, do you think that the battle will be resumed in this long test series? And what kind of some amazing banters we'll be seeing in this test
You
series?
know, I don't know what will happen on the ground, but off the ground, we are ready to take on England, and we are ready to take you on Barmy Army. We will have a absolute passionate fight about everything cricket. I know that the fact that yeah, I'm pretty certain of the fact that you are great, passionate cricket fans, and we love that about you. But that will not stop us from taking you heads on when it comes to the off-field battle. So yeah, that's my take on the Bharat Army versus Barmy Army. But coming back to the team, what do you think? What are our strengths and what are the kind of weaknesses that might come across for both the teams, like both for India and as well as for England? Maybe a little bit of quick thoughts, whichever comes across your mind.
Yeah, I think because of the nature of pitches that we will be possibly seeing in this test series, I think the strength for India particularly will be their bowling. And as for England, they have to rely on their fearless Bazball approach if they have to have a chance in the series. So I think for England, it's going to be their batting. For India, it is going to be their bowling. And as far as weakness are concerned, I think it has to be for India, we have to bat well against spin. We don't want to see another random debutant coming and taking 5 to 10 wickets. We have seen that happen so often in the past. Yeah, मतलब कोई भी आके 5 for 10 ले लेता है as a debutant. So we don't want to see that happen in this one. So hopefully our batters bat well against their spin bowling attack, because I feel for England their weakness has to be their spin bowling, because the key reason, the key thing to win a test series in India or maybe even a test match in India is to have some amazing spinners. So I think England spinners will be under a huge test. So this is my take. I think it is a quite a debatable topic as well. But
True.
we had a great conversation around this India versus England test series. I think will have plenty to talk about in the coming days. So before we wrap up with this segment, there is an interesting announcement from the Bharat Army which I would like to focus upon. It is a contest called as the Ultimate Predictor, where you can share your prediction and win exciting rewards up to 10K. Prediction, you can, I mean, you are the passionate fan. You can talk about who will be the most top scorer in the series, who can be the most wicket taker. I mean, you guys are the experts. So try out your luck and maybe you can be one of the lucky winners. So ensure that you stay tuned to our next episodes to find out this more about this exciting contest. To begin with the next segment and possibly the final segment of the podcast, the name game, I'll give you a certain hints about the certain facts about this player, and Xiaomi, you'll have to guess who this player is. I think it's gonna be easy considering how passionate you are as a cricket fan, and surely I think you'll guess it within seconds. But let's see. I want to test you out on this. So
Right.
begin with the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The player, he made his international debut in 2010 against Sri Lanka. He was a top order batter for his state and later turned into spinner. I mean, this is quite an
It's
easy
almost a
guess.
giveaway. Okay, okay. Give me one more hint.
Okay. So to give it, I thought that you will answer it
I
within the
know this,
second
but
one, but
yeah,
it's
let's just let me
okay.
just be
To
sure.
make it more easier, here is another giveaway. He has 5 test match
Ravi
centuries.
Ashwin.
Ravi Ashwin. I mean, who cannot be wrong about Ravi Ashwin?
I
He's
think
a
I
very
think the
quick
top
comeback.
order batter turned into a spinner was quite a telltale. But yeah, five
Yeah,
test centuries just proves
yeah,
it.
you
Yeah,
win the point.
right. Thank you. Let me pull out some googly for you. So
Okay,
this guy is an under 19 World Cup winner.
okay. We have won quite a lot in last
Quite a lot
10
of
years.
them, right? Yeah. Made his international debut in 2019.
2019. So it has to be from the batch of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
28. Can you give me more hints on this? It can be
Century,
anyone, yeah. Matlab.
century in all three formats. Now this should give it to you
All
absolutely.
three. Okay, I think I might have a guess. All three formats he scored in test. Is it Shubman? Shubman Gill or Prithvi Shaw? Shubman?
Absolutely.
Shubman Gill. Yeah, yeah. Prithvi Shaw didn't score
I
in.
shouldn't have given it up to you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Uh,
I mean, Prithvi Shaw
yeah.
doesn't have a century in all three formats. Yes, that
Yeah, I forgot about that. I just
absolutely
remember his century against West Indies Test cricket, and मुझे वही याद है. But yeah, I think Shubman Gill definitely. Yeah.
right. Great, Sanchit. It was absolute fun, yeah. I mean, catching up with you is always fun, but this one was particularly a lot of fun. Uh, I think for the BA family as well, I think they will really enjoy this particular podcast. And also for we have a message out there for the BA family, right? Do you want to take that?
Sure, definitely. So this message is something which will help you to engage with us more often. So if you want to be a part of our content on social media, DM us 1 minute video sharing your favorite cricket memory, because I think there will be quite a lot which you want to narrate. So it will be fun to hear out and see your favorite memories in that 1 minute video, because your passion is what makes you a perfect guest for our next episode. So don't miss out. And this is an open invitation for you guys to slide in our DMs. So,
Yes,
and also, guys,
absolutely.
ensure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, because we'll be doing this more often. Because the cricket fever has just kicked off, yeah. Because so make sure to have that support from your end also. So, like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for our next review and preview.